What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Aquarius, Season 2, Episode 5, titled Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except Me and My Monkey. That is a long-ass title. I do not know if I'm going to put it above. I may just put Aquarius, Season 2, Episode 5. Review that may be a little bit more, I don't know. I think I'm going to do that probably. I ain't going to write, that's a long-ass title. I don't like when Aquarius does that. Aquarius always, all the time, does a whole sentence for an episode title. So, shame on you. Shame. Shame. Either way, this is one of my favorite Aquarius episodes out of the whole series. This was fun, it was entertaining, it was emotional, it was exciting. So we're going to get into it. Spoiler review, make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks again for joining me. And I review other TV shows too, you know, a lot of other shows like Wayward Pines, Preacher. I already forgot what else I review. Wayward Pines, Preacher, Feed the Beast, Scream, a bunch of other shows, man. So link down below to a bunch of the shows I do playlists for. Every week is a new movie review. I just reviewed the Blake Lively's new movie, The Shallows. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel. It's about, 4 minutes of a review. Want to check it out? Go ahead and check it out. I appreciate it very much. Yes, indeed. Anyway, Aquarius. First off, Emma can sing. I was very surprised by this. Emma singing in the beginning, and damn, she has a voice. I mean, I think maybe the actress may be a singer, or you know how actresses and they're singers. She was very well, really great. So I was like, oh my god, like, where was this in season 1, man? What are you doing with Manson? What are you doing? Manson, I've heard actual recordings of Manson singing. He's not a bad singer, very folk singer, but damn, she had some pipes on her. Shape gets promoted, he's now a detective, and it's time for a haircut. This was just the best opening for the show, man. How just Sam comes in, he's like, what are you guys doing? What are you knuckleheads doing? And they have the clippers, and he's like, give that to me. And you think Shape's probably thinking like, Sam, okay, thank God he's going to stop it. Nope. Sam goes ahead and cuts his hair. It wasn't a big major cut. They also shaved him. Either way, there's a case going on about the suicide. They question the wife. Emma sees her mom. She's with Dennis at this restaurant, and she ends up seeing her mom, which is a very little awkward, moment. They give her a new address saying, like, we moved out of the old house. If you want to come see us, stop by, we're in for that. Hodiak pretends to talk to his wife because he's going through this whole deal with Tim Griffin's character, where basically he's like he's a crooked cop, Hodiak, and he's going through a bunch of the reviews of his old cases the past 15 years, and the guy that's reviewing him wants to fire him, wants to give a check to fire him, get him out of the police department. Anyway, Emma's new dress, very cute, Dennis bought it, and Manson doesn't like that, so Manson ends up dragging Emma out and cutting her dress. And I love how she stood up to Manson, and she took the dress off, and she's like, I'm going to go record, like a producer or whatever, for music, and she's like, I don't need the dress, and she ends up walking off, and Manson is just steaming up with steam. I love that. So Charlie ends up cutting it, record producer, and they're at Terry's house. The thing is that Dennis invited Manson at the last moment, and you feel it for Emma. Emma's tired of Manson. I have a feeling that she's kind of already up with his shit, that she wants to move on to better things. She doesn't want to hang on to Manson anymore. She kind of realizes what he is in a sort of way, where he's not the same guy she first met when she met him, season 1. So it's all about that, where I just feel like right when Dennis was like, hey Manson, you want to come along? Very bad choice. So anyway, Hodiak's wife, Hope, killed herself. This was a very, very awkward moment in the show, because you didn't expect it. It was a good emotional hit, but they never ever show Hope's body. They never really explain why, really the real explanation why I guess stress, and I understand, okay, all that, but they never show the actress's body. They never really go into much detail over the funeral too of her body. Shafe and Cutler, they react, and it was very genuine, like real, actual reaction in a sort of way. Cutler, and I believe Cutler was married. Wasn't that Cutler's wife? No, that's not Cutler's wife. It was his ex-wife or something, wasn't it? It was something like he's seen her around, all that. Emma doesn't do it. Emma doesn't end up doing the singing. She gets really scared. She has butterflies, and Manson starts to sing. He starts talking about garbage and all that, like, in my garbage. It was pretty garbage to me. So Charmaine and these girls trash this hotel, and they have a bunch of dynamite. And they're a bunch against the Vietnam War. They're all about that. And Charmaine is kind of undercover. But it almost feels like she's kind of motivated by what they're doing. They trash this hotel. These guys, these businessmen, treat the women like objects. And it seems like she's kind of digging what she's doing. So they never go back to what happened to Roy. Last week, Roy got shot. They never ever tell us this week what happened to Roy. I'm hoping they tell us soon because it's part of the story. But if they don't, and they just kind of put that to the side, I'm going to be very, very angry. And that's the problem with Aquarius, is that they start a bunch of storylines, and they don't end up finishing the storylines, or they don't finish the cases. Now, the guy is not dead, or at least that's what we thought, the guy who shot himself in the hallway. There's a letter to his wife. He had like another wife in New York, and it was a suicide. He actually did kill himself, and it was a whole stupid thing because she gives Shafe the letter, and they did all that, and it took screen time away from other characters, and he killed himself was the bottom line, which we kind of already knew in the beginning, so it was a waste of time. All the scenes there that they did, the letters, and it was a waste of time, let's be honest about it. Emma's alone. Charlie is having sex with another woman. Dennis is getting a blowjob. So Emma's all alone. And that's the moment where I wish I was there. I'd have been like, you know what? You don't need none of these. You just leave. Go back home, or just leave these people. But in 1969, it jumps back, of course, 2 years later, or around a year and a half later. And it shows her and the whole Tate murder and the big 1969 murder case. Her about to go kill a guy when she walks into his house. So what did I think about this episode overall? First off, let me give you the pros. I really did think it was an intense episode. Definitely with that emotional hit that Hodiak's wife died. That was a big mark. That wasn't predictable. You did not know. When I saw him on the phone, I literally thought his son hanged himself. His son killed... Something like that. I thought his son was dead, but I didn't expect it to be his wife. Also, the opening, Emma singing, I thought that was really cool. Her voice was awesome. What they did was shape this episode. Him being promoted, I'm very happy. I like his new look. Even though I'm going to miss his beard look, I do like his new choir boy look. Because that was the one thing that was so amazing about this episode too, was it was funny. It had comedic chops. It was perfect with the opening and the haircut. But now that Sam's wife is dead, I feel like Sam's not going to be the comedic jolly that made the show fun. He's just going to be sort of downer now, and that's what I don't like. I like David Duchovny being funny, and when he's down, it brings me down, and it just doesn't. That's what makes the show actually watchable, is it being funny, it being relatable, having Manson and them and all that. And now that it's kind of going a different route, I don't know what to think of it. Emma's voice, like I said, the opening. Charlie Manson, of course, Githin Anthony playing Charles Manson is so fantastic. I really do enjoy his performance. It's the breeze, I love the way he talks. Oh, come on, cherry pop. I love the cherry pop, yes. That was a douche move so much when he cut her dress, dude. You just... douche. I mean, Manson is just, he's a monster. But you hate him, but you like him. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that he does his performance, you like that guy, but you hate him. You hate him with such a might. You hate him with a passion. And the way that he just, facial reaction, his, yeah, that works so damn well. Very great portrayal of Charles Manson. Everything they did with Shave, Hodiak being funny, and the 1969 scenes, the, future scenes. I don't know why they're doing that color palette, and it looks like the guy's wearing lipstick and like that whole the color, whatever scheme they're trying to do. I don't hate it, but I don't really agree with it either. But it's fine, I guess. I mean, I guess they're trying to say this is 1969, you know, but you kind of just got to put 1969 and we'll know it's 1969. Either way, I like the future scenes too. The only cons about this episode that I don't like about it, what about Roy? They never tell us what happened to Roy. That was kind of the cliffhanger last week as well. It is slow with Hodiak and the whole getting fired situation. Now, he wasn't fired, but the thing is, the guy was doing the review of all his cases and they're going to reopen all the cases. All that was just a bore. I was bored with that whole stuff there. That brought it down. I wanted to move to different scenes. I wanted to go to different characters. And it just brought me down where it's just... Hodiak was even bored. He's just sitting there. And that's where Aquarius kind of loses me. Is it knows how to have fun. And then it goes really so damn slow. And just meaningless sometimes where next week, that shit ain't gonna matter. That ain't gonna matter in the story anymore. So... stuff like that. Also, the wife's death. I feel like why they killed her so suddenly. I'm assuming I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm just saying. Maybe the actress had a fallout with NBC. Maybe she wanted off the show. Maybe she wanted to be killed. Maybe she was filming something else and they had to kill her off. Because it didn't make no sense just for her to die. It didn't make no sense like, let's kill her. Oh. It doesn't make sense. There had to have been a fallout. She wanted to leave the show or something of that matter. Anyway, I'm going to give Aquarius Season 2, Episode 5. Again, everybody's got something to hide except me and my monkey. A minus. I was going to say B plus, but I was like, oh shit. A minus because I enjoyed it. It was a great episode. It was entertaining. It is probably on the top 3 best episodes of Aquarius. Just the way that they presented themselves. Or top 5 of best Aquarius, not top 3. But it was a fun episode. I really enjoyed myself. I was laughing, I was smiling, I was crying. There were moments where I was in tears, and there were moments where I was laughing my ass off, clapping. David Duchovny hit the gold line, dude. He made me laugh so much in this episode. I love what they're doing with Shafe. I'm okay with what they're doing with Charmaine. I still want to see what about Roy. I hope they get back to it next week. If they don't, I'm very pissed. Comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about this week's Aquarius episode. If you enjoyed the review, hit that like button. Don't forget to check all my other reviews out down below in the description. Share with your friends. And if you want to see more reviews, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.